Check to check to check to check a check to check to check to check a recording there. Okay. What's going on? Cole Connor here. I haven't made a video just editing some luxury HDR real estate photos in a while. So what I'm doing today is 4 photos, super high end, 2 interior, 2 exterior. Let me just show you what I did. Let's get into it. What's going on? My name is Cole Connor. I'm an artist and entrepreneur, and I was put here to do 2 things: create and inspire. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. Alrighty. Check to check. Sipping on a green drink. Looks kind of brown. It's good. Okay, so we're diving into the computer. We're in Lightroom here. All these are 3 bracketed at 2 stops apart. HDR. They've already been blended. And this is what we're started with. Crazy. Crazy. That's what we started with, and then I used one of my exterior presets. I think for this one it was 2 here, or maybe it was 3. I think it might have been 3, which you can get at the link in the description. We just launched the drone presets, the twilight presets, the exterior presets, and the interior presets. And by we, I mean me. So anything that you buy or whatever or purchase, it helps me continue to make videos and be a creative. So that would be awesome. If you did, if you need it, if you don't, it's fine. So then we took it from that to this. So let's show you what I did. Obviously, I added the preset first, and then I added a bunch of brushing. But you can see here, exterior, we just upped the exposure a little bit. We did some contrast. That's recording, right? Recording, yeah. Shadows, whites, texture, vibrance, and saturation up because it's an exterior photo. Didn't mess too much here, as in at all. I upped the greens, the yellows, played with those a little teeny bit, and then not much going on here. This is a 12 to 24 lens. Switched up the verticals and the horizontals a little bit. And brushing. This one mask, so we take it off. It's still really good. But yeah, I just wanted to up some, because the house is black, it's dark, and these shadows were kind of dark with the preset I put on. But I like how it affected most of the photo, so I just added that. The brush here, it's pretty much just exposure, and I wanted the temperature for the cooler areas to be a little bit warmer, so I warmed it up to make it look like a beautiful, awesome, sunny day in California. And then... So I don't know if you know this, but a lot of times I shoot with my ISO kind of high compared to most people that I've seen. Like sometimes I just leave it at 1000 or 1200, and I shoot with the A7 III, the Sony A7 III, and I just never have an issue. But this particular one, you could see that the sky, there was some like ISO issues. It could have been the blending, I don't know. Let me just throw in, I didn't like how the warm looked in this area, so I created another brush and I just brushed that a little bit less warm. And I think you can kind of tell by this window for the people who care. But yeah, so what I did here was I went to the denoise, and then this is the kind of new-ish feature on Lightroom, and I've been finding it extremely helpful. Where is it? Here we go. I think it's close to the bottom. I'll find it. Yeah, I clicked denoise. I did it at 50%, and then if you look here, like if we zoom in, boom, you can see. I mean, that's pretty bad. But then you go to the newer one, boom, nothing. Pretty crazy. So yeah, I decided to use that on this photo. You know, ideally, that's never an issue. An agent would probably never notice that. Someone might if you're like more high end, but yeah. Anyways, so that's that. That's the finished product. Looks fantastic. Looks beautiful. Let's move on to the next one. Boom. All right, this is what we finished with, and this is what we started with. Crazy. So this is already a really pleasant photo, though. Let's be real. It's just such well designed. The aesthetic, the lighting in here, even though the windows are kind of bright, it was just a really pretty, well designed room. But let's go back. And obviously, I feel really proud of this one. Something about the blacks, it just looks really good. And what I didn't do that I would do is, there's obviously like some dirt and stuff. If this was a more high-end thing, I would just, you know, clone that and make those little white spots go away. But anyways, okay, so what I did here was I threw on another preset, and for this one, I did interior blacks. And so this one is for interior photos where there's a lot of black going on and you want a more contrasted look, and I thought with this kitchen it would really fit. So I threw that on, and then if you just kind of look at some of my adjustments, exposure's up, contrast is up, highlights down because I want to be able to see out some of this window. I don't always worry about the windows. I really don't. But what happened with this one, I had to spend a good bit of time on it because it's my regular editing that I would do. It didn't quite. It looked like I didn't finish editing the window, and it still doesn't look perfect, and it's kind of frustrating. But it's not the editing; it's the way the photo was taken and blended. It just there's something. It's just it half the window is more blown out. I'll show you what I mean. But it was just interesting. It was kind of a tough one. I didn't up the vibration saturation too much. I played with these in the preset. I took down the blues a lot because you see that showing up. We don't want that. Um, yeah, it's pretty simple. Main thing with this one is the brushing. Okay, so here I just brushed this area, which I could probably finish that. For this brush, I pretty much just upped the exposure because without it, I just felt like it was a little dark and I wanted to see it a little better. But honestly, I kind of like it darker too. I'm not sure which one I like more. Maybe I like that one more. I don't know. Anyways, this brush here, so this is just taking some of the color out of the wall here. God, it's so subtle. Is this even the right one? Yeah, yeah. So I just took the saturation down a little bit because the green, there's a little bit of green and yellowish that was showing up that I wasn't really a fan of. That's extremely subtle though, very picky. This is what I'm saying. Okay, so I did a mask on the windows. Okay, so this is with nothing. This is what I'm trying to say. So obviously it looks kind of weird, but you can see how there's just parts of it. It looks like I didn't edit it right. So I did the first one, and this is what I would typically do. And it's all around the edges. You can see. There you go. Jesus, I did this too fast. Sorry about that, guys. Um, but yeah, you can see it covers the whole window. I didn't mess up. I didn't miss anything. But it still just looks weird. So I felt like I should add another one, and I felt like that made it look much better. But it's still kind of dark for my taste. But that's just kind of what I had to go with there. Then, where was this? That's that mess. Okay, then the other brush. Yeah, oh God. So this is the third brush on this window. Same thing. It just looked weird, so I had to go back in and just do a little bit of area. This is an example of a really hard window with HDR if you're not doing flambient. It just still kind of looks not perfect, but overall, I'm really happy with the photo. I do think now that I'm looking at it again, I think I would take this off. I think that looks more clean. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Okay, third photo. Let's go down here. Okay. This was such a small, eclectic little house, and I decided to go vibrant with it because there was so much orange and so much color. That's the thing with editing. It's like you don't really know what's the best way. It's all up to the eye of the beholder. But this one, I didn't care about the windows like that because you're not really looking at anything. I I think I've already made it clear that I'm not that type of editor. I like the more interior design architectural style, and yeah, I just like this look a lot. So for this one, I think I use the yeah, no, saturated. So this is an Airbnb, and so what I did was interior saturated, and then I just turned the exposure way down. What does that do? Yeah, boom. So interior saturated, then I turned the exposure way down. And it already put me at a great place. Boom. And Yeah, it just looks better with the exposure turned much more down. I played with some more of the settings. I turned up the vibration and saturation even more. I didn't want to cut the yellows and oranges down too much because it is very yellow and orange. So I went to the brushes. And so we have one big brush here, which is most of it. And that was for the windows. So if you go here, that's why I exposed it. I remember now. That's why I exposed it so far down is because I wanted to adjust for the windows. I didn't want them to be so blown out. So I just did a brush around everything but the windows and I brightened it up. The next one here, where are we at? Oh yeah. Yeah, I just brightened up certain spots that I had missed before for that one. And then for this brush, yeah, there were some spots that I just felt like were a little too bright. I mean, it's pretty subtle, but yeah, I wanted those glares to be not as bad. So I did that one. And then at the top, there's some, yeah, it was much more discolored from the lights and the reflection. So I just took out some of that saturation and boom, there you go. I really like this photo and I really like this house. There's also this one. I was going to edit this one, but this pillow's in the way and I thought you were going to give me shit about it. So whatever. It's all good. Okay. Now this was also, these were all for Airbnbs and this is an Airbnb as well. Very cute outside area. So it's another exterior photo, but it has this awning thing. So there was a lot of shading going on. So what I did was I went here and I think I did the exterior single preset. That looks right. And I just made some adjustments. I wanted this one to be a little cooler because it looked a little yellow. Vibration saturation totally up. I took out some of the yellow and then also changed the hue of some of the yellow to make it more green because it was like that. And then you go back. Just, I don't know, the green looked better than the yellow to me. I made some adjustments there. Yeah. And then I went on the brushes, and this one brush really did the job. The exterior presets just work so perfectly with the right type of exterior shot. Versus interior stuff, you still have to make adjustments, or more adjustments, but this one just does really well. And then the mask, here we go. Just these areas, it was just shaded and the sun wasn't shining on it. So I went in, I brightened up with the exposure, and then I made it a lot warmer. You see how cool and like dead it looks, but then you make it warmer, and it just looks a lot better, a lot more lively. All right, what are we at? We're at perfect, 16 minutes. Okay, that's how I edit 4 luxury Airbnb HDR photos. My style might not be for everybody, but I think it looks way better than some of the classic style real estate edits. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. If you have any questions, I'm looking to make more real estate photo content, but I need ideas. I need your help. Let me know. Please subscribe, like, comment. The presets are in the description if you want to take a look at them. For a 20% discount, use the coupon code I saw this video. It's in the description. Yeah, thank y'all for everything. I really appreciate y'all tuning in and watching me and caring, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Every day I wake up with a vision, cooking in the kitchen, ain't no fucking in a mission, like yo. Shaking up your city with my bitchin', soda in the building, and the motherfucker fizzing like whoa. Cold won't stop till they get that gold. Cold won't stop till you sing my song. All the way home, do it 'cause I said so.